there any evidence? Swimsuit is evidence. Very specific. Swimsuit is evidence. Guys, somebody comes to school in a swimsuit. What's the problem with that? What? Would that be a disturbance in school if somebody came with a swimsuit on? Raise your hand if you do not think somebody in a swimsuit is going to cause a distraction. But yet most of you said no dress code.
Well, you could wear like a swim.
Do what?
If I'm like sitting in class and somebody else is wearing a swimsuit, I'm not just gonna be looking. I'm gonna be trying to learn. You know what I mean? Like I'm not just gonna be looking at them like distraction the whole time.
How many of you are going to notice somebody's in a swimsuit?
I'm gonna notice.
So teachers up here teaching, none of you are going to Really? Once you've noticed it the first time, you're not going to look
Yeah,
at it.
I'm gonna notice it like initially. I'm not just gonna keep.
You're not going to talk about it to the buddy behind you? What? Oh, now, whoa, listen to this right here. This is a great piece of evidence. What did you just say? Yes.
Not if Miss Shirley's teaching.
Why not? Okay, so those of you who said no, that right there is going to strengthen your argument. What makes this teacher different? She's strict on something. She's going to have control of her classroom no matter what. So when you're making the argument, dress codes don't make education, teachers make education. So if I'm taking the no argument, you're about to use a specific example from experience. You just did H places without even knowing that you did it. It's that easy to do. You can argue any position. You just made your no argument stronger. Because that kid in the swimsuit is not going to be a distraction in that teacher's class. But you know some teachers where it would be. So you have taken it and moved it to the next level of education and then backed that up with evidence. All right, let's go to the next part. Distractions? Is skin the only distraction? What about a spiked mohawk or wear clown makeup every day? Okay, something that deals with any type of distraction. Evidence or detail on those four? Where's the evidence? Clown makeup. You just added evidence to support. Again, that's going to be cultural, which can be current events or experience. All right, let's just go now on the voice A, on the left-hand side. Where is evidence or detail in the rest of side A? Say it again. No violence, drugs. What else? Race, religion, suggestive material. What about on the other side? Where's my evidence? Trench coat. What else? The t-shirts. Very specific. When we're doing evidence, very specific. I want you to flip back a couple of pages. We're going to look at one page to page 38, and we're going to look at concession. So when I ask about this at page 35, there's a box there for Thomas Jefferson on the Declaration of Independence. No matter what your position is, you must acknowledge the other side. Don't spend too much time on it. One sentence, acknowledging the other side. And then you move into your counter argument. Did y'all read Declaration of Independence last year? 10th grade. We hold these truths to be self-evident, all men are created equal. Oh, this is Patrick Henry, sorry, not Thomas Jefferson. In Patrick Henry's speech to the Virginia Convention, he's arguing, let's go fight. Nobody wants to go fight in Virginia at that time. He's trying to persuade them, argue with them. Then he says, look at what he says. Right here, read the box. Mm-hmm.
They tell us, sir, that we are weak, unable to cope with so
Formidable
in the adversary. But when shall we be stronger? Will it be the next week or the next year? Will it be when we are totally disarmed and when a British Guards shall be stationed in every house, shall we gather strength by irresolution and inaction.
Two things he did that are very powerful. Three. One, he addressed the other side. They tell us we're weak. Okay, I'm saying let's go fight. The other side is saying we're weak. I'm acknowledging they say this. But then, in his counter-argument, he uses those rhetorical strategies that you've been learning. What rhetorical strategy does he use? Rhetorical questions. Guys, when you're writing your argument, use the stuff that famous people use. Use those devices that you're learning. It strengthens your argument. When will we be stronger? This is his counter-argument. Instead of saying, there's not a time when we're going to be stronger, it's more powerful to say, but when we'll be stronger. All right, so now go back to the conversation on the dress code and see if you can find the concession. See if you and your partner can find the concession. When is their concession made? When do they acknowledge the other side could possibly have something? Either one. Wherever you find concession, good point. Where do you think you can find a concession? Basically, when you see one side agreeing with the other or saying, yes, I see what you're talking about. Oh, I got that part. Oh, you got me. Now remember, side A is saying no to the dress code. All right, guys in the back corner, have y'all found the concession?
I think I have.
What is it?
What if I have a spike one time that I wear comic up every day?
No.
What about, can't anyone potentially be offended by anything?
That could be.
What about, so schools need to protect against violence and danger to the dress code on sites?
That's actually supporting, kind of.
He says, wow, what time classroom distraction?
That's a good one. But there's a very simple one. What do you think? Is it what? Is skin not a distraction? Actually, the simple one, guys, is when if you look down, he just says, yes, there are some more obvious than others. When he says yes and he agrees with that person, that is a direct concession. You're right. Yes, when he says, can anyone potentially be offended by anything? And the guy says, yes. You just agreed with the other side. So all you would do is say, yes, I understand that. Yes. I see what you're saying. But, look what he says going down there. Disharmony, violence, danger, so schools need to protect against this through dress code. And then it moves into an even weapons thing. All right, so now thinking we had this conversation, let's think of deeper evidence that we can use. I want you now with 4. You stay with the 3. 4, I want you to turn around talking to the people behind you or to the side of you. I want you to come up with at least 2 things in age places. 2, not from the same one, either experience, science, sports, current events. Don't use one that I've used. See if you can come up with evidence to prove
We can work this season.
you can change your position. So now if y'all said no and you want to say yes, you can. I know some, you might get, you have 2 yeses, 2 no's here. And I have 1 yes and 2 no's here. So choose one of those positions and find evidence. Y'all turn and talk to them.
Let's get set.
What was that? Oh, sure. So what about, you're doing this or no? No, we don't need dress codes? We do dress codes or no, we don't do dress
I feel like we could, personally, I say no, but I think we can make a better
Okay, guys, listen. This group over here had a great idea, but you're gonna make sure that you have the idea of making evidence. So tell them what you said we could talk about. Okay, now that is a detail. I need to take that detail and put evidence of that. What evidence could I use to prove my position about bringing in weapons? Sandy Hook. There I go specific, that's history. Columbine, that's history. I could even use the movie theater where that situation happened. So you want to be very specific with your evidence. Not a long sentence, you would just say, Sandy Hook, that's your evidence. It's an event, a place, a law, something has a situation. Okay? So don't want you like making sentences, one specific. So you've already got yours from history. Now come with another one. Got something? What would you
Teachers are too overwhelmed.
Look at you. You want to talk about something?
She said we could change.
Yeah, because there's like uniform.
Good. Got some evidence? What do you mean that's the same? All right, so let's see what you have. Some of you have got some great ideas. So anybody come up with something with history besides Sandy Hook and Columbine? Politics. Now, literature. When you were mentioning your story with the books that you liked in the beginning, you can use things that happened in literature to back this up and use examples. Okay, so even though this was not in To Kill a Mockingbird, we can just say that it was. UAH, what was your example?
What was our example, guys? Oh, what happens if students wear things that offend other students,
Such as?
such as the KKK?
So that's also like current events where all that's going on that just happened in West Virginia. So that West Virginia thing with current events, you could say if those people involved in that came to school dressed that way, that's current events. But you can obviously find some things in literature that would offend people with that. Yes, sir. Oh, Liz is a scarlet letter right here. Woo, bingo. Listen. Good.
You can say dress code helps enforce moral principles like in the Scarlet Letter.
So when you say like in Scarlet Letter and enforce it, that's evidence that you're using that maintains order and people are following rules. All right, I know some of you have experience and coming from experience. Your experience?
My dad, where he works, people get fired for not wearing
Sexual harassment, people have sexual harassment. Now, if I take that sexual harassment thing, I can even go, there was a few years ago, Louisville's basketball team, and the whole situation there. So, where they had the women and the Louisville basketball team. All right, sports, I gave you the situation with helmets in sports. Anything that you can think of from other sports or science? Yes.
Shin guards, soccer.
Perfect example. Somebody else had sports example?
You're supposed to have pants that go to your knees, and they don't really do that.
Okay, so now if I say they don't really do that, that's going to be my argument no side. Now, back here in the back, give us your idea. Listen to something that I didn't have to bring that he realized. Go.
Okay, so, I said that personally, I disagree with it, that we shouldn't have dress codes, but I think an essay would be easier to say we should.
Okay, so sometimes you're going to get these essay questions. You're going to get the essay question and immediately you're going to have your position. Do y'all pre-write? Do y'all do any kind of drafting or pre-writing or brainstorming? Okay, with your argument essay, I have my students do this conversation with themselves as a pre-write for that exact reason. The reason they start doing that is they realize, oh, I really feel this way, but once I start a conversation, I got more evidence on this side. Sometimes they'll just start listing the evidence and realize, ooh, I don't have much evidence to argue no, so I'm going to have to argue yes. You can argue a side. Now, it's going to be, usually you're going to be more effective if you argue a position you believe in because you're much more passionate about it. But if you don't have enough evidence, and if you think it's easier to do, you need to go to the other side. On this side, this question, which is the easiest to argue? The yes side. The yes side, because when you start really thinking of it, then it's the yes side. All right, you haven't started writing your argument essays yet, but when you do, and this will work on rhetorical analysis, synthesis as well. When you're writing, these kind of phrases will help you to be more analytical. So I would say something like, due to the distractions that can be caused by clothing, schools need to have dress codes. Because of different moral values with students, because of threats of violence in school, schools need dress code. In order to prevent distractions and promote education, schools need dress codes. As a result of too many students challenging the existing system, that you can base on personal experience. Do y'all have a length on how long your clothes have to be? All right. You know there's somebody that challenges that, right? There's somebody that's going to push the little envelope a little bit. One of my children is a dwarf, and so her arms are right here. Because her arm, y'all know what dwarfs look like. So her arms are right here. The school rule was it has to be below your fingertips. She could have gone to school in her underwear, worn a swimsuit. And she's following the rule. And nobody could have said anything. She would be the child to test that. And she pretty much did. She wore whatever she wanted to school. Every single day I'd go, that is not appropriate. And she said, who's going to say something? Me? You better not be in my class. I'll say something. Principal just let her walk in. Nobody else could wear those shorts. She was in Sophie shorts, gym shorts almost every day. Nobody else could do it. Nobody said anything. Well, past my fingertips. You all know that kid that's going to push that envelope. So, as a result of students pushing the envelope, challenging the system, and then this results in. All right, questions on your argument task. You're teenagers. You're really good at arguing. Just now, back it up with evidence. Take a position and back it up with evidence. It's all you have to do to be successful in this. All right, nobody has any questions? I hope you've learned something on argument today. A little bit that'll help you when you start writing these essays. All right, now you need to do your evaluation. If you will get your phones out. And here's the link. My name is Farabee, but who was with you before? Miss Nolan, was she with you before?
Yeah.
So you need to do Miss Nolan's as well, because I think she said she forgot to tell you how to do it before. So you'll need to do one for your synthesis and one for your argument. And some of you may have questions that you didn't want to ask in front of everybody, so walk around as you're doing your evaluation. I'm not looking at what you write, but if you have questions, anything you want to know further about argument, or if you understand, just ask me as I come around. What was her last name? Nolan, was it?
Yes.
Nolan, N-O-L-A-N? You make sure. Yes, N-O-L-A-N. E-N, sorry, N-O-L-E-N. Very gorgeous. E-N, N-O-L-E-N, sorry. Yes, mine's argument. Yes, they're different. You have one for argument, one for synthesis, and one for rhetorical analysis. You do. That would be rhetorical analysis.
No, that's what you do next, it goes from next.
Right. Sure.
It says it like that.
Guys, I appreciate you so much. Y'all been a great group, very lively for a Saturday morning. I know this is kind of challenging for you to be up on a Saturday morning after a football game, and you're ready for great football this afternoon, Clemson, Louisville. I teach at Southside High School in Etowah County. Before that, I was at Oaks Bluff, then I was at Gadsden High, Gadsden City.
You teach where?
Southside High School in Etowah County. And my daughter lives in high school, and my son works for Cole Cubelet. Are y'all familiar with the Cube Show in Athens? So we're up in this area. Sure, if you need to go to the restroom before the next session, just be quiet, go in the hall, because all sessions have finished. Anybody have any questions on the H places? This is really a great class. I mean, I've been teaching AP language for a long time, longer than you've been alive. And all four of my children, only one passed the AP language exam, but all four of them got great benefits from this class. This is what will help you in your non-English classes in college. Analyzing nonfiction, reading nonfiction, arguments, proving positions. Really will help you engineering majors. You will not regret taking the class at all. And I strongly suggest if you have not taken AP Biology, you do that to help your freshman year at Costa Mesa. All right, you've got about 5 minutes before the next session starts, so if you need to use the restroom,